attention. Devils hide behind redemption. Honesty is a one-way gate to hell. I wanna taste consumption. Breathe faster to waste oxygen. Hear the children sing aloud. It's music till the wick burns out. Be carefree lately, yeah. Just kicking up daisies. Got one too many quarters in my pockets. Count 'em like the four-leaf clovers in my locket. Untied laces, yeah. Just tripping on daydreams. Got dirty little lullabies playing on repeat. Might as well just ride around the nurse.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the final week of MVEC play for Overwatch 2. My name is Crick, aka Chris, whatever you want to call me, manager here of the esports team, as we have Illinois College against the Wartburg College Overwatch team, currently sitting at a 2-3 record in the MVEC season. This game is all about the seeding. We are guaranteed a playoff spot, which will be happening after every single school's break. Illinois College sitting at 1-4. It really is almost a must-win for them, but I think actually they're locked in no matter what. I think Central is the only team guaranteed to not make it because it is impossible to win 5. Yeah, so this is all about seeding, basically. It's going to be interesting to see how it goes. It's also, I think, Coe and Cornell. Yeah, Coe and Cornell play today. It's for top billing in the conference. They're both locked up a spot in the top, they're both guaranteed a bye, excuse me. So it's going to be interesting to see how that game goes. The game between Gustavus and Coe hasn't actually been reported yet, so I believe Coe should be 5-0. I could be wrong on that, though. But a win here secures top 4 and better seeding a win here secures top 4 and better seeding in the playoffs. It's going to be interesting to see how it goes. As it seems like we're going to be going to Nepal first. Get this set up all right. So, it should be Nepal. MVEC, the way it works, always defaults to control. Then after that, it is loser's pick of game mode, ban, pick, ban, pick. In that order, loser, winner, loser picks. And then if it's hybrid or escort, the winning side chooses. As we're about to get started, as we go in-game into Nepal here in the last week. Nepal, not a pick that we see very often, actually. I could also just be misremembering things entirely. At least in MVEC play, not something we see very often. 5 seconds to go before heroes are revealed. I am actually completely misspeaking because this is normally a Pickled Poet Hazard Masterclass. Might not be starting out with it though. As you see here, on the red side, ironically, is Illinois College. Wartburg in the blue, at least to start it off as the home side. Here we go. Skins active this time. We're going to have the skins on and the MVEC. If both teams agree, they can use their skins for their heroes as the Genji caught behind the wall. May pick from Yugatoon. Pickled Poet, of course, on tank for Wartburg. I make sure I get up the characters just so I have a definitive and I do not forget these things. I am prone to a mistake here or there, so I just want to make sure. Of course, Pickled Poet, the tank for Wartburg, as I said. Biggest of Owls and Blurgenturg on support. Right now it's Ana and Baptiste. Then it's going to be Maragaz and Yugatoon on DPS. Yugatoon going down there. Pickled Poet picking up the kill. Make that 2 of them. First cap went to Illinois College. See Pickled Poet pushing the offense. For Illinois College, it's going to be Rune, Eiler and Cordal on the supports. Rune and Molly on the DPS, and Snicks on the tank. 2 Ramatra picks is really interesting. Not very often that you see 2 tanks going up against the same thing. Maragaz with a kill there. Him sniping from far away, setting up the turrets. Shield up. The AoE. Biggest of Owls and Blurgenturg, both supports for Wartburg, have their ults. Cordal on the Illinois College side has theirs. Pickled Poet has it. See if they're going to pop it. Run away for a second. Does get the kill. Maragaz actually sniping on it. Blurgenturg with the viewfinder. I can't actually remember what it was called off the top of my head. Pickled Poet uses the ult in critical condition, though. Able to get out of there about 2/3 of the way. Perk equipped there for Pickled Poet. In case you've been out of the loop for a little bit in Overwatch, there are now perks in the new season. And essentially what it is, it's just a buff to a specific ability. Sometimes I do believe it can just be the main weapon, but 99% of the time it is going to be... See if bomb will explode there. But 99% of the time it will be based off of a ability. It's just something to sort of freshen up the game, and it certainly is something that a lot of people would agree Overwatch might have been needing for a while now. As you see Maragaz diving in, tosses the turret. Gets a perk while he's at it. Picks up the kill on Snicks, and also on Lucio of Eiler. Biggest Val sniping Rune. And it seems like the first round's going to go to Wartburg. And it will. Point A to Wartburg. 1-0 the score to start it off. Is anyone going to go for the basketball shot this time? Is Pickled Poet? No, it's just going to stand there. I think since starting to play Overwatch a little bit, just to get myself more acclimatized with the game, I genuinely think the dropship basketball has become my favorite feature. Without a doubt. And then my teammates always ruin it for me, so it's kind of less fun that way. Illinois College switching it up quite a lot. The only 2 characters staying the same is Ashe and Ana. Everything else switching up. Juno from Eiler, Molly on 76, or Soldier I think is the better way to shorten that, and Snicks on the ye ol' horse. I like that people just call it Orisa horse. First cap, looking like it's going to go to Wartburg, and it will with 3 people on the point. Maragaz is trying to pick off. See what was there. Very good job able to read the drop of the Tor bullets. Biggest Vals. I just realized things are set up a little weird. Might be weird for me to switch perspectives. Hard rush in by Illinois College. They might be able to cap it here with 4 on and all but 2 down for Wartburg. It seems like they will. Blurgenturg able to get out. a quarter of the way for Wartburg. Lurgenturg on Baptiste doing a good job getting the shots from afar. Maragaz coming in through the side. Does get found. Saved by Blurgenturg there. Pickled Poet running in. Unable to get out. We go back to Maragaz. Yugatoon now going Venture. Nice team wipe. Illinois College never going to hit the flat 40 as Wartburg takes back control of the point. Biggest of Owls, the only one with an ult as it stands, is the one taking damage. See who he boosts. It's going to be interesting. A lot of pressure up there from the left side. Boost Pickled Poet. We'll watch him as he dives in. Spear to the face. Has gone Orisa, actually. I didn't even notice the swap. There goes the spear. And it's thrown. Doesn't go well. Lurgenturg able to take out the Ana of Portal. As Illinois College takes back the point. And essentially a team wipe there. Maragaz has the ult. Blurgenturg also on Illinois College's side. It's Molly and Snicks with the Soldier and Orisa ults. It's going to be interesting to see if they're going to time those to use them together. Oh, Spear just missing there for Pickled Poet. It's going to be interesting to see if Maragaz is going to save the ult for when the point is captured, if it is at all by Wartburg, or if it's after. There it is, throwing the lava on the ground. Wartburg has to do something with it. Lurgenturg pops theirs. Orisa doesn't get the kill. Great job by the supports keeping everyone alive. In the 90s, though, is Illinois College team wipe. And a ult pop from Pickled Poet rounded off what was a very good attack. Lurgenturg just barely missing the wall. Maragaz sets up the turret on the ledge. Ana up top. Gets caught out. Are they going to go down? They do, but also takes out Maragaz. Pickled Poet standing on point alongside Yugatoon. You see Biggest of Owls behind them, or I guess off to the side this time. There goes the Juno ult. Rushing in is Pickled Poet. Spear thrown. I guess Javelin. Spear just sounds better to me. Biggest of Owls charges up Pickled Poet. Spear, the Javelin, sorry, I guess I have to learn what it's actually called. Down goes the Ana. 99% for Wartburg. It seems like this is going to be it. It is after not officially a team wipe, but in essence, 2-0 Wartburg takes game one. As we'll see play of the game here by Pickled Poet. That's probably going to be the end of that team wipe. Yeah, only... my goodness. There it is. It should show it. Oh, I have to hit the... I forgot to hit the complete button. There it is. Wartburg takes the first map. It's going to be interesting to see how the rest of this game plays out. Seems like Wartburg has been sort of heating up a lot recently in terms of how they've been playing. Not that it's necessarily been bad at all, just not to the level that they sort of hold themselves to. Winless still in the NECC for this varsity squad, as well as two wins on the MVE season is going to be nice. It's going to be interesting to see just how this goes. as we await the picks from Illinois College. It's just we're waiting. That's really it. It is going to be interesting what the pick is. As it was said in the Battle for the Cedar Valley, Wartburg is very comfortable on the push maps. It almost seems to be their default whenever they're down a game. And I can't really blame them. They are very good at them. It just sometimes comes to a point where it's other team might be a little better on that day. So I'm sort of throwing things around over here. Looks like it's going to be Shambali Monastery on the escort. Gonna wait to see what side Wartburg picks. Comes down to the age-old question. What is better, a hybrid or a straight-up escort? I know I personally prefer a hybrid map. I just sort of like the feeling of you have to establish yourself on a point and then you can get it moving. But to each their own, really. As here we go. Into game number 2. I just realized I forgot to update the score. I'll do that in just a second. Up top. Here at the monastery. It's going to be Illinois College pushing first. Hear the noises from the competition room. As we'll go up to meet them on their way down. Pickled Poet going to stay on Ramatra. Biggest Vowels, of course, going to stay Ana. Yugatoon still on the May pick. Maragaz, though, going Ash. As well as Blurgenturg going Ilari. For Illinois College, it's going to be Rune on Tracer. And Molly on... Oh my goodness, why am I blanking on the name here? Sojourn. As the attack starts, setting up in the top. Coming up through the sidewall, though. A strategy I haven't really seen in any of the games played so far. Snicks also on Ramatra. Eiler, Portal staying their same picks of Juno and Ana. Pickled Poet almost going down, barely staying alive. Maywall is going to be useful. Yes, it is. That's going to pick off 3 of them by Pickled Poet, the triple. And with already a minute gone, make it a quad. Very slow push now from Eiler, the lone player on the Juno. See if Wartburg notices that there's someone there. Just not going to worry about rushing down. Nice setup of the shield. Snicks standing in the truck. The wall blocking the Juno missiles. Maragaz takes down Cordal. Now you see the running back down the staircase. Everyone except for Pickled Poet up still on the ledge. Maywall used efficiently. Maragaz can't finish off the Ana. The Juno now coming up trying to fight. Lurgenturg has their ult. Support, helping support. You always love to see that. The Tracer breaking off, trying to get away. Yugatun fighting that Tracer of Rune. Everything shuts down for Illinois College. 2 minutes passed. A flash forward for Rune. Biggest of Owls, Blurgenturg. Both supports have their ults for Wartburg. Portal. Maragaz uses the ult but gets taken down. Biggest of Owls and Blurgenturg both use theirs. Yugatun has it in the pocket. Can they take down Snicks? She will not. Barely gets put down. Payload moved back halfway. Not even at the first checkpoint. 10-player kill streak for Pickled Poet. Trying to make it 11 there by chasing down the Tracer. Doesn't get it, though. Ana falls directly into the Ramatra AoE. Gets put down. Maragaz now back on the Torbjorn pick. See Pickled Poet staking out the area. Setting up for that push that is there by Illinois College through the building. 69% on the ult, make that essentially 70. But it's Snick's ult on the Ramatra. That is what takes him out. Well, a bit of extra damage. Biggest Val's had pressure on him. Lurgaturg has pressure on him right now, though. And it's the Tracer that's doing that. Staying on. Picked up the health pack from him, I think, actually. Takes him down. Almost at the first checkpoint as we enter overtime. There's the Mail, the Blizzard. Used to take down the tank. And the Ash. Pickled Poet, ult still active after getting slept. Let's see. There it is. Round one done for. Not even to the first checkpoint for Illinois College. Pickled Poet. Oh, rubbing a little bit of salt in the wound. There we go. Score finally updated. Apologies for that. As you see, here it was. This is where Illinois College got to, just barely before the actual checkpoint. And it was a strategy that I hadn't seen prior that I thought was really going to work for them, coming through this staircase right over here, putting pressure up here. Because I mean, if you aren't putting all of your players right here, which a lot of teams do, it's a lot of just trying to trap from the outset in terms of instant pressure and trying to get the kills right out of spawn, which is can be very hard to do, especially since the other team can just run back and get the heals. But I think running into into the staircase is a very interesting strategy and one that really could work. You just got to have all of your pressure there. You can't have anyone, it seems like, pushing the payload too hard. As it seems like Illinois College going to set up with the exact same strategy. Actually directly blocking the staircase. Basically with this Brigade pick from Cordal. 5 seconds still. Wartburg is released. Maragaz is going to be going Ash. As the team runs out. I guess the staircase isn't nearly as rare as I thought it would be. Either that or it's something Wartburg decided to take from Illinois College as the first blood goes to Pickled Poet. Taking down Brigade of Cordal. As I said, Maragaz on Ash. Popped ult only once in their defense. Didn't get anything from it. Throws the dynamite. And then runs away from it. Pickled Poet from underneath the staircase. A little bit of damage. Almost got the kill there on the Juno of Eiler. Orisa pick from Snicks. Cassidy almost goes down. See, always interesting to watch the supports. I personally prefer playing support in most games, so it's always interesting to watch the strategy. Doesn't matter though when you get taken out, as Molly did a soldier. Maragaz goes down, and it seems like Wartburg's gonna have to retreat it. Biggest Val's doing just that. Very good first push though, almost already passing the mark set by Illinois College. Torbjorn pulled, as is Orisa for Pickled Poet. There goes the Harm Orb. Pickled Poet, that javelin misses. Orisa on Orisa battles are always interesting to watch because it's kind of just you hold your right click and you just kind of stand there. That's what it can boil down to a lot of times. Yukitude has the ult. Going to be interesting to see if she pops it. And if she does win, it will be. Lurgaturg on the missile. Knocks down the other Juno of Eiler. Snicks gets taken out by Maragaz. Yukitune finishes the job there on Cordal. And the pressure from Pickled Poet and Lurgaturg is what finishes the job. And that's going to lead Wartburg to a 1-0 victory in round 2, map 2. Play of the game, once again, Pickled Poet. This time as the Ramatra, probably on that defense. Yep, it was that May wall that Yukitune put up. A great use of it. As you see here, game number 2 goes to Wartburg. Going to be interesting to see what Illinois College picks as their counter to this. As I will set myself up on the caster cam. Push that button. Go here. Another busy day here in the Wartburg College Esports. Don't mind the sweatshirt. I washed it. Yes, I did. But another very interesting day here in the Wartburg College Esports room. We have Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. You gotta say the full name. At 8, it is a match against the University of Texas at El Paso. And of course, this MVEC match between Illinois College and Wartburg. I just realized I didn't turn back on the box. I'm going to do that real quick, actually. I'm going to get up and actively do that so I don't forget it like I did last time. Because that's always nice to have. There we go. And I didn't turn it back on for the start either. What a rookie mistake by me. Yes. 2-0 lead for Wartburg as it stands. That's a lot better. Ain't that pretty? Ooh. It seems like we're going to be going to New Queen Street. So a push map now. And now I got to get back over there. I never get to use the caster cam as much when I'm by myself. It's such a fun thing that we have, too. I believe it's under Toronto. I'll switch over to the map pool. So, push map up next. As I said, Wartburg very good at these. And from what I heard from the UNI coach on Sunday, it seems to just be a general fan favorite. Which, I mean, I completely understand why. It's a very fun mode. As here we are, game number 3. The map looking nice and Canadian. It is something that is brought up every single stream. Mario Karters just posing in the glass as if I were a hockey player. But yeah, just the maps have such good attention to detail. They always look so pretty in Overwatch. So bright. Most of the time very cheerful, but you know, there are always a few standouts. As we see quite a few different characters for each team. There's the Winston pick finally for Pickled Poet. Biggest of Owls staying on Amaragaz. Going Tracer, Yugatun on Venture, Blurgaturg on Juno. It's going to be Rune for Illinois College on Cassidy. Juno for Eiler. Molly on the Widowmaker. Portal with the Frigate as Pickled Poet just barely getting away there. And Snicks on the Orisa. Adventurous Dig. Biggest of Owls switching to Moira after that first death. Maraga's on the ground, flashing away. 55 health. Barely staying alive. Pickled Poet pushing the robot. Wartburg gets the first one. There goes the shield. Maragaz barely staying alive. Able to get out of there with less than a sliver of health. And yes, less than a sliver makes no sense. That is correct. Winston Slim, it's nothing. Fighting from the side, you see Yugatun firing away. As Pickled Poet right behind the robot. Diving in, actually. There he goes, down. Biggest of Owls barely getting away. Is going to stay alive, though. Yugatun still caught in it. Can't dig, can't rush. Gets taken out. Maragaz has their ult, though. It's going to be interesting to see when he pops it. As for the first time, Illinois College gets offense in this one. The flash in and around the Juno. Gets the takedown. There goes Pulse Bomb. Is it going to catch anyone? Pickled Poet going to rush in with the knowledge of it down. Robot moving back towards that blue side. Pickled Poet almost has the ult. Slams down. Frigate down. Anyone else? We'll probably see a few more after this ult popped by Pickled Poet. Hindered, though, for a little bit. Is going to do a good job of wasting some of that ult. Eventually gets taken down by the Reaper of Molly. Venture ult popped from Yugatun. Gets one. Biggest of Owls finishes another. Eiler using the ring to help themselves escape. There's the hazard pick from Pickled Poet. Maragaz on Reaper. Yugatun barely going down before they can dig. Every single ult available to Illinois College. Down Reaper on Reaper. Cassidy unable to get anything. Cordal pops theirs, but so does Biggest of Owls. Nothing else active. Eiler goes down before they can use theirs. Molly saving it, as is Snicks. Snicks might get taken down, though. Gets chased. Checkpoint passed for Wartburg. They're going to have the close spawn to be able to keep this pressure up. There's the shield. Yugatun goes down. Lurgan staying up with Maragaz. There goes the ult from Maragaz. It gets two. Pickled Poet also finishing off another. Molly finally popping theirs. Does cancel it almost instantly. Great job with the movement of Hazard, trying to stay alive. Eventually, down goes Pickled Poet. Wartburg's going to retreat, but they have almost 100 meters on the push. Looks like Maragaz is going to be the first line of defense. Facing the wrong direction. Did not expect them to just be pushing the payload, the robot, the entire time. Shows up on the hockey statue. Will ghost it. Able to get away. The Hazard ult pops. Doesn't really do too much. It does stop Eiler. Only 2 remaining now. Maragaz and Biggest of Owls for Wartburg. Biggest of Owls barely surviving. Will stay up though. Has the ult at the ready. Both support ults ready for Wartburg. Rune has High Noon. Snicks has the Orisa ult. Gonna be interesting when there's a pop. Cordal has the Brigade ult. Here goes Biggest of Owls. High Noon also popped, and it takes out Biggest of Owls in the ult. That's a great use there. Wartburg needs to get back on this defense. They need to just recover for a little bit. Illinois College making a great push. They hit the checkpoint. They'll get the close spawn now. Yugatoon up top with the soldier pick. Lurgaturk still has the ult ready on Juno. And Pickle Poet back to Orisa. Jumps on down. Turns the robot around. The javelin hits, but it doesn't matter when the supports are going. Eventually down goes Snicks. Lurgaturk still has not used that ult. What a javelin throw there. My goodness, Pickled Poet with an absolute snipe there with the Olympic tool. Pressure now coming in through the side. See Molly up there, up on the bridge. Yugatoon doing what she can to sort of counteract it. Trying to B-hop, I think, actually. There goes the Juno ult. Finally, Yugatoon does go down in the back line. Did waste quite a few of the time. I wasn't able to see who it was. Clearly Molly there. Does pop the Reaper ult. Will not. Only gets Blurgenturg with it. Great use of the shield there from Pickled Poet. Isn't going to last much longer, though. Wartburg gets it flipped on them. Illinois College once again pushing. Last one standing is Yugatoon. Illinois College has about 30 meters to make up before they take the lead. They are going to remove this close spawn from Wartburg. There it is. It flips back to neutral spawns for each side. Nice pickoff by Yugatoon. Pickled Poet has the ult, as does Maragaz, as does Yugatoon. There it is from Pickled Poet. Javelin right after. Maragaz pops the Blizzard, freezes 2 of them. Picks off Snakes, picks off Rune. Wartburg back on the push. Yugatoon still has the ult. But both of the support ults at the ready for Illinois College. Molly barely gets out. Portal pops theirs. Yugatoon with the ult now. The aim assist. The Maywall doesn't help it though. High Noon hits only Biggest of Owls. And a minute 30, 33 meters to make up for Illinois College. Pickled Poet finally goes down after being caught. 4 people in on that kill. I think I said 40. I meant to say 4. 4 down in on that kill. Maragaz back to Ash now. And since the start of this round, Illinois College hasn't really made many picks. Wartburg, a lot of counter picking, trying to find a better situation for themselves. Biggest of Owls almost goes down. Ghosts away from it. Tries to throw down a health orb to keep himself alive, and it doesn't work. Doesn't get it in time. The spear right to the face of Cordle. Molly also goes down. Snicks also down. Triple kill for Pickled Poet. Blurgater does get taken down by Rune, though. And now Pickled Poet trying to find some of his supports to heal him back up before this next push of the robot, as Illinois College will come back out to meet them once again. 5 seconds before overtime. Illinois College needs this push here, or else Wartburg will just take it outright. And that'll move him to 3-0, which is never a situation you want to be in. Juno ult from Blurgenturg. Pickled Poet standing in the middle of it. 2-on-2, 1-on-1. Yorissa is stunned. Great job by Snicks, but does go down as the last Bastion. The team wipe will confirm game number 3 to Wartburg. .3-0 the score. As we see play of the game by Cassidy of Rune. A high noon pop. And then just sort of making a final stand. 3-0 though in favor of Wartburg. It's going to be interesting to see what Illinois College decides is the right path here. Going to be very hard for them to really stand their own ground here. 3-0 is easily the worst situation to be in all of any sort of sport, electronic or traditional. As we will see how it goes. We are back to the caster cam as I run over and try to get in before a pick is actually made. That's always the challenge. I mean, just getting caught up. Really interesting. Oh, it's the NECC one. I should have checked that before I put it live, huh? Well, NECC result at the bottom there. Have to wait and see how the other games are going. I might actually pull those up in the meantime. Oh, we're getting into a game. Suravasa is the pick by Illinois College. As you see it here. Flashpoint, an interesting pick. You have to stay very, very alive, very active. Obviously, you have to stay alive, but you have to stay very active. Flashpoint is a very interesting mode because it's sort of not what you would really expect from a hero shooter. Or starting platform here right in the middle. Both teams. Pickled Poet probably will go Orisa. Typically when Suravasa is picked, Orisa is the choice. Eiler on Lifeweaver, never mind, scratch that. I was very surprised to see that. Lifeweaver, not exactly unpopular, but certainly uncommon. Everything the same, mostly from Illinois College. Molly just switching over to a different... my God, I can't think of the gimmick. Hit track. Another hit tracking player. Character, excuse me. Snicks on the Ramatra pick. Pick a Poet on the ground as we saw. Argos we were on. There goes the missiles from the Juno. Spear to the back of Cordle. Sorry, Javelin to the back of Cordle. Finished that one off. Blurgenturg actually getting the kill on the Cassidy of Rune. And Wartburg forces the retreat from Illinois College as they take first cap. A lot of pressure there on Eiler. Yugatoon going in for the gank. I guess flank is actually probably the better word when it's not a MOBA or RTS. Pickled Poet standing his ground. Maragaz staying near point. Now actually going... Yukatun, this is going behind once again on the flank. Gonna try to just pick off those supports. Able to get one. No, not quite. Does have to dig down to retreat. Pickled Poet barely alive also. And Illinois College is going to get their first cap of this flashpoint. They're going to try to avoid a complete sweep. Haven't gotten a point yet. Of course, when you're playing well, I guess, no, even on an escort or a hybrid, you can get a point on the cap or hitting a checkpoint. We got Maragaz up top. Feints the... I actually don't know what that mode is called. I forget. Able to find himself back into it, though. Able to try to retreat. Picks up the health. It's a good job by him. Pickled Poet pops the ult right as we switch back. Biggest of Owls has his. Rune gets taken out before High Noon can properly go. There goes the javelin throw. Pickled Poet falling down. Maragaz staying up top, trying to contest. Illinois College takes the lead in percent. Finally gets taken down. Contested point as just about 90% for Illinois College. Yukatun boosted by the Ana ult. Interested to see if she'll get anything out of it. No, Yukatun unable to. Pickled Poet now in the middle. Sends it to overtime. Does get taken down. Blurgenturg pops the ult. Try to keep this first point alive. Able to for quite some time. There goes the missiles. Biggest of Owls on the Ana, having to fight up front to keep this alive. Maragaz stands on point alongside the two supports. There goes the three that were on there. Wartburg flips it in their favor now. %99% for Illinois College. In a game that doesn't really feel like it should have much behind it. The first flashpoint goes to Wartburg. And by that I mean this is just for seeding, but it's seeding, it's pride, it's a lot of different things. It's not just a meaningless game. Javelin hits. I couldn't see who, but I heard the noise, the hit mark. Orisa ult at the ready for Pickled Poet. Gonna be interesting to see when it gets used. Yutun also has the Blizzard that actually might be the perfect team up there. There goes the Orisa ult. Picks off Rune. Blurgenturg picks up the Soldier of Mali. Riggett has to pop the ult to stay alive. Gets nothing from it and actually gets taken out. Snicks also down as Wartburg can cap the point nice and free. All 5 of them standing on it. That's a very good job by Wartburg there. Now comes the contact again. 4 of the Wartburg players have their ults at the ready. Illinois College going to retreat after that. An unsuccessful attack on the point. Mic cords are all caught up. Nice pick off the double by Maragaz. Chasing down the Juno. Unable to convert the triple. Blurgenturg with the melee kill. Maragaz finally picking off another player. That one's Rune. Sets himself up in the shrubbery. Biggest of Owls, the first contact. 2-0 to Wartburg. One more and they sweep the game without Illinois College picking up a single point. There goes the javelin spin. going to be interesting to see which point it will be. Margaz in the middle of everything. Has the ult still. Every single player on Wartburg has their ult at the ready. Just about the same for Illinois College. The only one behind is Brigit. And even then, it's just about to get... Oh, picked off, though, by Pickled Poet. As we were watching Margaz there, trying to see if anything was going to happen. Eventually goes in from behind. Gonna be interesting to see if any of the ults go. Juno on both sides goes. Everything except for the Orisa ult popped for Wartburg. And everything but the Soldier ult for Illinois College. Team wipe. Point cap. A quarter of the way for Illinois College, but it's not going to matter when everyone is gone. A great job there by Wartburg, able to survive through everything. Really, it was just a matter of we have more ults than you. It was 5-4 in that case. It does mean, though, this push by the Brigit is going to be very important. There goes the ult. Has to get in right away. Can't dilly-dally at all. There goes the javelin throw. The May distracting. That's a great job by Yugatun. Able to just soak up all the pressure. Down goes Pickled Poet, though. Biggest of Owls. Support helping support. Illinois College has to get on the point here. They can't let Wartburg get much more of a lead. Biggest of Owls goes down. Blurgaturg also goes down. Illinois College have complete control of the point. Contact once again now. Symmetra pick from Molly worked out instantly with a double there. As we wait for the ults to build back up, will Illinois College finally get a point in this one? They tie up. The javelin throw stuns perfectly. Does go straight into the supports, though, does. Snicks. Portal goes down. Yugatun with the ult popped. Rune, High Noon, gone. Picks off Yugatun, but gets taken out. 99% once again for Illinois College. They're going to have to convert this one if they don't want to get completely sweeped. But team wipe. All except Corridor were down at once. This is do or die for Illinois College. They're going to go from the side. Overtime hit just barely. 2 down. But so does Maragaz. The Orisa ult popped and used to perfection by Pickled Poet. Trapping Snicks in the wall with the javelin spin. Wartburg finishes that out 4-0. 3-0 here in this game. 4-0 in total. That's going to be it. Play of the game by Yugatun. And what was a great use of the ult into another. Wartburg sweeps it 4-0. Absolute perfection. Also, in terms of the actual scores of the game, not allowing a single point in the cap, not allowing a single checkpoint on Shambali, Toronto. With the push, you can really only one team can score a point. Checkpoints don't really count for much. But even then, not a full push there, so not absolute perfection, I suppose. But even then, Saravasa, the 3-0, not a single point scored by Illinois College. Rounds out the regular season for the MVEC for Overwatch. And what a great season it was for this Wartburg team. So we'll exit the game, take a little look at what else is happening around the MVEC before we get gone. As our music actually isn't playing. I think actually, yep, Coach Fish is actually just playing music on his phone, so we won't be able to hear anything. is linked up to Coach Fish's account, and he's just listening to music right now. So I'll take that off the screen. The Wario Kart team going over to Moo Moo Meadows. Just heard the moos going on. Thank you for tuning in to this game of Overwatch 2. The 4-0 sweep. Absolute perfection from the team. Gonna be back for the playoffs. Wait to find out just who it will be against. I've been Crick, or Chris, whichever you prefer to call me. And have a great night, and roll nights.